have breaking news out of the basketball world. Caitlin Clark still not on the Olympic team. But Dan Hurley is staying at UConn.
Wow.
Fucking go!
That is Darius J. Butler, UConn alum.
Let's go!
Obviously jacked up. Back-to-back national titles was enough to keep Dan Hurley in UConn Husky gear for at least another year. He turns down a 6-year, $70 million offer from the Los Angeles Lakers, which would have made him one of NBA's 6 highest paid coaches. Woj had the bomb at 1:38 p.m. Eastern. Obviously, all eyes were on a press conference that was moved from noon to 2 in UConn, and now your coach stays, and the UConn Husky machine can continue to operate. The Dragon underwear is going to make its return to the March Madness run, and the UConn Huskies are business as usual.
Jacked up, man. Blues of Bloods, we continue to run. Obviously, back-to-back. Rain and repeated, back-to-back. Now we're trying to go back-to-back. Dan Hurley coming back. Obviously, a lot of cheese turned down, moving to L.A. Didn't seem like the fit to me. I wasn't that worried, but I am excited now that Woj just dropped this bomb and he'll be back at UConn.
A little bit more information is coming out after a dogged pursuit of Hurley over past weeks. Lakers will regroup and resume bringing in candidates for interviews with hope of hiring a coach by draft, sources said. James
Borrego
is expected to remain part of the group, and Lakers could do their first formal interview with J.J. Redick. So Shams might be doing a little song and dance here as well, saying just like I said it would. Now, if you do the math out there in Los Angeles, $70 million deal is actually a $35 million deal immediately, let alone property taxes, sales taxes, and everything else in California, which is through the roof. So about $34 million, we'll say, over 6 years would have been $5.6 million a year. I assume the UConn Huskies are going to take this thing to $5.5 million if they haven't
at least
already, maybe $6 million if they haven't already, because that's the real contract after actual taxes kick in Los Angeles. So he's going to remain a Husky, and
let's go.
Huge.
Wow, college basketball keeps what everybody is saying, the greatest coach on earth, in it. AJ, kind of surprising. It felt like he was going to L.A. I appreciate the fact that Dan Hurley is a guy that wouldn't just get swayed by the bright lights and an opportunity. I assume this was a very cerebral approach for him on what he wanted, what he didn't want, how he wanted to go about doing things. Is the NBA the right fit? We heard Steven Jackson talk about other college coaches who weren't able to make the transition into the pros because how they operate, how much money they're making. Dan Hurley had to have taken that all into account. Maybe the NBA's down the road, but it's not right now, AJ.
Yeah, I'm curious so obviously he was very serious in thinking about this, and we see everything's rescheduled and all the stuff going on. I wonder what the final thing was, like what he was looking for, what would have made him take this job. I know it's not a money thing most likely. I'm sure that did play a factor, absolutely. But D-But, why do you think the Lakers were not a good fit for him, and what other team would be a good fit?
Yeah, hold on one second. Woj just reported, as swept away as Hurley became by the Lakers' courtship and vision for him, he ultimately couldn't walk away from a chance to make history and pursue a third straight NCAA title. Even before Lakers talks, Hurley already had a UConn offer to become one of the highest paid NCAA coaches, and those talks will continue. One of the highest paid. I think that becomes the highest paid through this entire thing. And a lot of college coaches have utilized professional contracts to leverage a new contract, but I don't think any person from UConn has ever said he doesn't deserve whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, that's what I think. It was a leverage play, obviously, going out there. I would have been more concerned if this was like the Knicks. Obviously, they got a good situation going now, but if the Knicks offered him a job. But him being a Jersey guy, just not seeing him, it's not necessarily fit. Obviously, LeBron is at the end. We know what AD is, but like the NBA, it's ran by the players, and you're leaving, back-to-back championships at a great university, too. It's not like he's doing this at a mid-major. What's that?
Oh, UConn is a great university.
Outstanding university across sports. But Dan Hurley being there.
Which ones?
Basketball, men's, women's,
they're really good
soccer,
at
baseball.
They lost 24-4 this weekend.
In baseball?
In baseball.
I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, only for UConn.